Hey everyone, it's Dustbox, and we're back at it again today with another album review. And today's album is going to be Witchtrance by Forever X. Now, Forever X has made a lot of breakcore in the past, and this is like his transition into more of like a trance style album. So yeah, the two songs that I enjoyed on the album was Please Hold Me Forever and Lost Between Us. Those are my two favorite songs on the album, and if you like content like this, make sure to like and subscribe and just interact with this video. And yeah, let's just get started with the interview. I listened to your album, Witch Trance, right?
hmm
How was that? Like, how was it like coming up with all?
I just wanted to make something different from breakbeat. I'm pretty sure I was saying this in our last interview that I wanted to switch it up,
Yeah,
and this was the result of that. Just wanted to make something dancey.
yeah,
Uh, the album was just my me learning how to do stuff like that. I've done dancey stuff before, but it's not like this is kind of weird stuff. This is also kind of weird, but I wanted to have a little bit more structure to each song. Um, really trancey stuff. I think it's pretty fun.
yeah. No, like I love trance music. That's why I was like, when I heard it, I was like, oh wow, I was not really expecting. So yeah, like the Witch Trance stuff, like it's kind of interesting because like you kind of combined like your the old sound that you had where it was like that super bit crushy stuff, and then you kind of made it trance, which is like pretty cool.
Yeah, it's I tried something new, but it's still my sound.
Yeah.
Which I think was pretty cool to see me be able to do. I can just switch it up completely and still be the same me.
So yeah, what was like one of your inspirations that came to like making this album?
Um, just like sex trance stuff, Pixel Hood, um, the Undernet people, Exodia,
Yeah.
and Fract. It doesn't really sound much like any of those people. They had a big impact. Just the music I was listening to, a bunch of sex trance stuff.
Yeah, actually, I liked. I used to listen to a lot of Exodia and Impact like months ago. I mean, I still kind of do, not as much as I used to, but like, dude, all of their stuff is like really, really good.
Yeah, they're really inspirational. Pretty interesting and cool stuff.
Yeah, 100%. So like on the album, like, what was the song that like spent like the most time perfecting?
Huh. Let me see. It would probably be I think Lied to Me. That took me like a week or two. I was working on it, and I would just send it to some friends that made sex trance stuff, and I'd be like, "Does this sound right? Like, I'm completely new to this. Can you help me out?" And they put me in the right direction. Like, Newfori, the creator of Hypertrance, and Lushu from Undernet really helped me out a lot in setting me in the right direction. I was asking them like, how do I make a good art melody and stuff like that, and they really helped me a lot. Especially with the song structure of stuff like that, like showing me playlists and compilation albums from like UK hardcore, which is very much applied to this genre of trance music. It's very closely related to like freeform hardcore and stuff like that, and I wanted to implement that into it. So I was like just asking for stuff to listen to and stuff like that, and it really helped out. And that took me a long time. That took me like a week. Usually I don't spend that much time on music because I get burnt out. But I went back to it. I kept like leaving it and going back to it over the course of a week. I think that's my favorite song.
So was Lie to Me the first song that you made on the album?
No, the first song I made on the album was Session Timeout. That was my first attempt at making. Um, I was like, yeah, I want to make an album, and this is the first song I started with, Session Timeout. 'Cause that was me just messing around, trying to find what I wanted to do, in terms of like melodically and stuff like that.
Pretty cool. Yeah, I heard Session Timeout. I think my personal favorite on the album has been Please Hold Me Forever and also Lie to Me. I don't know, I think those just stood out to me the most. But
Yeah, Please Hold Me Forever I released on a compilation album with my friends, Club Excella. It's a little collective that my friend Iddy started, and just a bunch of people. It's a lot of fun over there.
oh yeah, yeah, because that's what I feel like that's what stood out to me like the most. That was that song, and also like Lie to Me. But yeah, Session Timeout was your first. And then what
Yeah,
song? Sorry.
Lie to Me was like my first song that I posted. It was like the third trance song I made recently, and that one got attention from a bunch of other artists like Dreamloader and Control Freak and stuff like that. So that's how I knew that I was doing something right when I saw
Nice.
them like people I look up to in music liking that song and commenting on it. Like, yeah, I have to keep doing this.
Yeah. No, that's how you know you're doing something like really good. Is when people are like, okay, like this is in buns, you know, like you're doing something good.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, what song took you the least amount of time?
I think maybe Until It Feels Like Nothing. That took me like a night, like a few hours. That one was pretty fun. I was just inspired and I just kept doing it all night and I just finished it pretty fast.
It's pretty cool. Yeah, like I feel like those songs that like you take like not as much time acting sometimes end up really good. It's like super strange.
Yeah, we were talking about this last time.
Yeah,
I
we were.
remember.
It's just like I feel like it's
The
such like
thing.
a common trope. It always comes up.
Yeah, because the more time you spend on it, it just starts sounding weird.
Hmm. Yeah. So, what do you think is like the first like good entry song for first listeners on the album? Do you think it's "Lie to Me," the first song?
Yeah, I have to listen to it the whole way through.
Yeah. 100%.
From start to finish.
Yeah, because like I feel like with like albums that don't necessarily, they're not exactly what you normally make, because you make more of like the breakcore-ish kind of sound. So it's
Mhm.
like when you like make trance, you're like, okay, like you have to kind of get your breakcore listeners to listen to trance music. Like, so I feel like getting that switch to, I guess, comprehend with your listeners is a little bit of a challenge. Do you think you experienced that challenge?
No, pretty much everyone accepted it. They're like, yeah, this is cool. It's still Forever X.
Yeah, no, that's what's good though. At least like people are open to you being a little bit more experimental with your
Yeah,
sound.
I've always been that way. I've always just dropped anything,
Mhm.
and people were usually happy with it.
That's good. Yeah, I think it's super important to kind of like create something that would resonate with your viewers, especially if you have like some sort of like aesthetic or persona that we also mentioned in the previous interview that you very like carefully created, and like you're kind of moving that into that like witch trancey kind of like really cool. You're continuing on with that persona that you have, and it's really, I think it's super cool. The evolve, like artists evolve alongside with artwork and the.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, so what is your personal favorite song on the album?
I think Lost Between Us is my favorite.
Us Between Us?
Yeah, the second song.
I think that one also was pretty good. I think I saved that one.
I think that's like the most like really trancey one. It's very hypnotic, I guess.
Yeah. Like I love trance music. I've been getting into like hard groove techno as well recently. So like a lot of that like repetitive sound like always sounds good to me. So whenever I see people make trance music, I'm already like,
Yeah, they all kind of fit together. At least this new generation of trance music. It's like freeform hardcore, hard groove, and just like classic trance like blended together.
yeah,
Especially
so
with the percussion.
wait, well, I'm sorry.
Especially with the percussion and drums, you have a lot of that hard stuff going on.
Oh yeah. Yeah, like the percussions, I think a lot of trance is like distinguishes it a lot is percussion from techno. Because like I feel like with techno I hear a lot more like bongos, whereas in like trance I hear a lot more like cymbals. I don't know, like but like that's just kind of what I've noticed. So it just kind of like depends on the genre or the song that you're. Yeah. So the final question I have is what helps distinguish this album from your like past release project?
It's just more I guess it's all the same genre, usually, or the same sound, same genre, same vibe throughout the entire thing. I don't really switch it up much. Usually in like albums, I just have like a bunch of random stuff I just throw together, and it's some different stuff in there. You can expect some different things, but for this, it's pretty much all the same style. So it's easy to listen to all the way through and not get really thrown off. People were saying like they would do homework to it and stuff like that, or just listen to it when they're on the bus or something, just chilling.
Yeah, that's really sick. I feel like those like that homeworky vibe, it like definitely resonates with it. 'Cause it's like, for me, I can't personally do homework if I like know the lyrics of the song, like because then I'll just focus on the lyrics. But if it's like if it's just like an electronic song, then okay, I can just kind of keep this in the background while I'm like doing something else. Really cool. And yeah, like I noticed that your aesthetic, like I mentioned previously, like your aesthetic kind of reflects across not only the album but also across your entire page, and it's kind of it's just like it's uniform.
Yeah, it's very purple.
Yeah, pretty purple. I mean, dude, actually, I mean, I saw that you had a show like in LA not too long ago. How was that?
Oh yeah, I had a set at Los Globos last week. That was really fun. That was my first time pretty much ever DJing, and I killed it. I guess I I have like a natural talent for doing that. I guess I have no idea, cause when I was there, the guy that set me up with it, Tethra, the promoter, the owner of Echo Pop Stars, he was like, "So how long have you been DJing for?" And I said, "I'm not a DJ, I'm a producer." He's like, "You are now." Shit.
Dude, that's
and,
real.
Yeah, and everyone said I did a really great job. I had a lot of people dancing, and I was really surprised. I thought I was gonna fuck it up, but I didn't. I was like practicing a lot beforehand, like the week beforehand. I was like making sure my set was perfect. And then when I got on stage, it was just routine. Like I've never been on stage in front of anyone, and I guess it just worked out.
Nice.
I guess also there's a lot of fog, so I didn't really get to see the crowd that much. I just saw a bunch of lights and people dancing and like silhouettes of people dancing, so I didn't have to look people in the eye when I was up there, and that kind of helped a lot too.
Oh, 100%. I feel like it's a little scary if you're like up there, like you have to like look at people to get you.
Yeah, there's like a couple hundred people just having a good time, and I knew I was doing something right.
Nice. Yeah, like honestly, I would have made it if I didn't have like car issues. Yeah, I was like.
Yeah, I'm gonna have another next month.
Yeah, I might pull up, dude. That's pretty sick.
Hell yeah.
But yeah, when it comes to DJing, I feel like it's a lot less about producing the song, and it's a lot more like curating. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Like you're creating like a vibe.
I wanted to have the perfect vibe.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Because it's not like just about like, for example, like your music. Like whenever I go to like, because like I'll go out into shows and stuff, and like there's like two different types of DJs. Like there's like the DJ that plays only their music exclusively, or like the DJ that actually knows how to, like, I guess more or less curate a vibe. Like if you're playing like, for example, like let's say like trance, like what you were making, like you'll probably play like 2 or 3 songs from your album, and then songs by like, for example, Exodia or some other person. You know, like it's you're curating.
I didn't play any of my music.
Oh really?
I think next time I will. I'll play some of my music next time, but this time I just wanted to make sure the vibes were right, and I was just playing some friends' music, a lot of trance and hardcore stuff, J-core. That was kind of the vibe for it. It was a Vocaloid rave, so I was playing a lot of that kind of sound, and it was great.
Oh, that's sick. Like kind of like a Hakuna Mitsu kind of thing.
Yeah, exactly.
Great, that's pretty. But yeah, like actually, because I saw that story, and I just wanted to like talk to you. But yeah, I think that's gonna conclude it. Like this is just supposed to be really short.
Perfect. Dope.
All right, bro. That's the whole interview, man. Take care.
All right, you too. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, for sure.